Hey internets, wanted to do a quick video on finding a name for your company or your brand. I've done many videos on the importance of finding something original. I'll put a link to that video right now. And then I had a conversation going back and forth with one person, and some of the ideas that I have in terms of generating a name, I just think it's common sense, but I guess it was very helpful to this individual. So I definitely wanted to do a video about it so I could kind of share it, this finer point. But what I do is I'll come up with brand names all the time. When I say all the time, maybe like once a year, twice a year, just kind of an idea. And some of them are weak, some of them are stronger than others. But for probably the last 7 years or so, I kind of have a folder that's a simple like Word document, and it just has names of brands or ideas that I want to springboard off of for the name of a clothing line. So I might come up with something while listening to music or from music, or being inspired by seeing anything. It could be anything random, from a movie to a song that I hear to something that I see day to day while I'm walking, something that I see in a mall, or any of those situations. I guess there's a part in my brain that's just always looking for an idea. And you know, I think I've touched on this before, but ever since I've been working in fashion, there's a part of my brain that just doesn't turn off. When I go to the mall, or I go shopping with my family or whatever, when I look into a shop, I'm looking about how they merchandise things and what items they're putting in the front, and what's at eye level and that sort of thing. So I think a regular life experience doesn't really exist where I turn that mode off. And along with that is kind of always developing concepts, because I have been in the past always been looking for names of seasons or capsules, and ways to explain why a grouping is put together, and put together by theme or color. And so we're always looking for new names or new things to kind of attach to a group. And so naturally, having that piece of real estate open in my brain opens me up to clothing line names. So yeah, that's just what I wanted to offer. Have a file that whenever you come up with something, even if it's not that good, I would add it to that list, so that next time you look at the list, it might help spark an idea of a name, or an idea or a concept that turns into a brand name that you could then use. And you might be inspired by a brand that exists, and then look at the list and kind of cross-match it. But I suggest that if you know you want to have a brand but not sure about the name, that you do this and kind of sit on it, instead of trying to force yourself to have a name within like a month because you want to start this clothing line so badly. There's other things that you can do to begin a clothing line up until you have the name that you really want to ride with. And you know, I have a whole foundation that's based on making sure you have an original name and a really tight concept that you're bringing something to the market to that's really dope, instead of like I don't know, 70% of the garbage that's out there, or that I see when people are just trying to do a startup line. There's no forethought that's put into it. So it's really important, obviously, to have a dope brand name and have a story and a heritage that you can build on with that. So anyways, start a list and then just keep adding to it, you know, and keep that part of your brain going where you're constantly always in the back of your head kind of thinking of names and concepts for your brand. Hope that helps. Anything to add to the conversation, drop it down below. Add me on Twitter and Instagram when you have a chance. You want to get at me one-on-one, Facebook.com/designer Jon Phenom. I love every single one of you. I'm going to see you on the internets on the next one you click on. Alright, peace.